But I think, within at least the last 30 years, they have been preparing with building codes and, now everything's going to be put to the test.
You know what I can't imagine? I can't imagine having to live with that reality that, a couple of times a year, it's a possibility that you're going to have to board up your windows and you're going to have to abandon,
Right.
your family home.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
DJ. Yeah.
I could definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Even the idea that I'd have to occasionally board up my windows would be enough to drive me elsewhere. I want to go. I don't want to board up my windows every year, twice a year. No, I just no.
I can't imagine the anxiety like after you leave the entire time until you get back, like wondering what you're gonna come back to.
Yeah,
Right.
the anxiety.
A girl that I went to high school with is down in Florida, and I'm gonna post the address to the picture. I don't know if anybody. Let me know if you can't see it. But like she was preparing earlier in the week, like by Thursday, this was her home. Okay, I don't know if it showed up or not. But I mean, look at the preparations that they had to go through. I mean, and look at that shit on the windows. Those are metal.
Yeah.
I
guess that's what they do.
Yeah. It's like, she was, she was a nice girl. She's a very nice girl. But she was like just pissing him out. And oh, yeah, we're doing storm preps and got to go to the store and get food and stuff. And like later on, she goes, oh, yeah, we're done. And I figured like, well, what did she possibly have to do? And then when I saw that picture and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that place is battened down.
Well, they may have had the built-in roll down steel.
Yeah.
Even like the pawn shop.
Yeah.
Even if they had that, that's still, I mean, that's the way they're going to be for the next week or so. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until at least Monday or Tuesday when it blows out of there.
Well, even if you don't hunker down and stay there, you're going to be affected too. Because, I'm sure a fair amount of people probably just get on the plane at the first sight of it and go to visit family in the north or west or whatever. But even then, still, when you get back, oh, I need to go to the store and, oh, crap, they're out of bread or they're out of, eggs or peanut butter or something.
Or even water.
Peanut butter. It's funny. My friend Bill, he's down in Fort Lauderdale. All right. And like last week, it was, expected to hit the east coast of Fort Lauderdale. So I started, I know it was more than just me. It was like, well, why don't you just, pack up the car and just head north, get out of there for a little while, go on a little vacation. You, Tony, and the dog pack up and go. You ready for this? I said,
wow.
Why don't you go to the Horror Hotel? All right. It's far enough away. He's like, yeah, I may do it. Right. So then finally, I get a message. I'm going up to Augusta. I'm stopping in Jacksonville. We're spending the night. Then we're going up to the Horror Hotel. Well, we call it by the other name. Okay. So he's up there.
Say it, Jim.
I know, the Parliament Resort. And well, first of all, I think it was either Thursday or Friday. He starts asking me all these questions about it. He's like, does room 85 have a refrigerator and a microwave and everything I need? And I'm like, I don't think so. Let me check with Chris and Brian and see what what it is.
No.
Well, that room did not have one. So what Brian says, have Bill give me a call and I'll see if I can switch them. So Bill calls them and they switch them downstairs to where they can have a microwave and a refrigerator, and Bill can set up his coffee maker and do what he has to do. And I thought, oh, that's really nice of them. I guess that, that was nice of them. Well, Bill's been there and sending me pictures. He's at the pool. He's doing this. He's doing that. And Bill calls me this morning and he's like, oh, today's the inappropriate pool party.
That's tomorrow.
No, that's today, isn't it?
It's usually Saturday. Well, anyway,
today is Saturday.
Oh, that's right. It is Saturday.
Morning. And I'm like, the inappropriate pool party? I'm like, man, you fucking lucked out, bud. I mean, I'm like, I hope you brought your hose and your J lube and everything, because they're gonna be fucking and sucking all over that. I mean, they're gonna be doing it right in the parking lot, man. And he's like, they are. I'm like, yeah, you better get out there and pedal your ass. You're gonna have a good time.
He's gonna get hit by Harvey in a different way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really lucked out. But you know what? The thing was, he's going from less of a disaster. You know, he's still going to be in the disaster area. You know what I mean? Because it does extend up to Augusta. You know, I keep seeing widespread outages throughout these areas, and there he is, smack dab in the middle of it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I didn't want to scare him any more than he has to, because he's, you know, I kept telling him, I'm like, go out, have a good time, have the best time you can today, because Sunday you're probably going to be. I would be a wreck. I would be a fucking wreck if I knew my home was being hit, you know, pummeled by a hurricane. And he, well, his attitude was, there's nothing I can do about it anyway, so I just might as well, you know, take it as it comes. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's funny the Southerners talk about our bad weather up in the north and say I could never live with that. So, well, you know, they're telling me just to leave a little work early for work. We're not going to have these mile-long disaster lines like you see in the end of the world movies, like Deep Impact.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, he's been keeping in touch with people in Fort Lauderdale, and he said that it's, you know, they're supposed to, you know, the severity of it is not as bad as they thought yesterday, but I mean, it still hasn't even hit Florida yet. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that they said that the follow-up there, Irma, they said that it was calmer or tamer or something like that, but they're saying that it has potential to be stronger than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said it's bigger than the first one. It
Bigger
may not be as strong, but it's bigger.
What do you mean the first one?
Harvey or whatever.
Harvey?
Yeah. Is that what it was? Harvey?
Oh,
Yeah, that was the name they gave to the first one was Harvey, and the next one is Irma.
No. See what
They've been coming so quickly.
And then we don't even know where Jose's gonna go. So
they think it's going to turn right and head up the coast.
oh, great.
Did any of you see that they actually found an elderly couple whose names happened to be Harvey and Irma?
Yeah, I did.
They've been together some, I think, 70 years.
Yeah, the thing said they do not appreciate their name being used as later.
I saw that.
I didn't.
At first,
I'm guessing they don't party like it's 1999 all the time.
no. At first, I thought it was probably the Onion or something, but it wasn't. So.
If you were hosting a hurricane party, what would you serve as an hors d'oeuvre?
Excellent question.
Isn't it? What kind of drink?
Gong is in the room.
Yay!
Isn't there a drink called the Hurricane?
I think so.
Well, if there isn't, there should be.
Well, I know that there's a glass that they serve drinks in called a hurricane glass, or is that a lamp? I forget.
There is a drink, there is a drink called the Hurricane.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't it Bennigan's or somebody used to serve a hurricane drink and they would stick a shark in it? I'm trying to think of who did that.
That would be a tornado, though.
Hold on.
Sharknado.
Well, you know, if it was an end of the world party, there would have to be cheese. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Oh, could you imagine? That's the way to go, man.
Absolutely.
If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna be impacted.
I do like that. I've been making broccoli soup for the last 2 weeks. I know. And I've fallen in love with that. What is it? The Colby, the cheddar jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been putting that in this, you know, like putting a little bit of that cheese in the soup. Oh my God, it's delicious.
You know, a while back we tried to make our own French onion soup, I think it was, and the recipe called for Worcestershire. And we put a little bit too much Worcestershire, and well, let's just say the plumbing was clear after that.
No.
Oh,
You need Jim's recipe.
Yeah.
Be prepared to cook your onions for like 9 hours.
That sounds like it's been passed down through the family.
Or through my bat. Yeah. Do you have an electric skillet?
Me?
Hmm?
No, but we're the thrifty kind, the sort, as you might say. There's nothing we can't find at the Goodwills.
Oh my God.
Goodwill usually has a lot of electric.
I love you. I love the Goodwill. I have a problem with the Goodwill.
That's how the meetings start.
I covered vegetable. Anyway, well, get an electric skillet because you cook these onions for like 9 to 10 hours.
Ooh.
What?
Skillet with a on. It's got to be on warm or right around 200 degrees. It takes forever. But let me tell you, I'll pass on the recipe to you.
All right.
But they're fabulous. I should post it on my Tumblr page in between pictures of giant cocks and shit.
I would, yeah, I would think that the onions sautéed or cooked for that long would just become dried out.
No. You're
all.
using so many onions.
When you cook them real slow, there's a lot of moisture in the onion, and if you leave the lid on, that just stays right in there.
It stays right in there. It turns it almost into a. You want the onions so caramelized that it looks like a big black snot.
No, yeah. But is this in a slow cooker, like a crock pot?
I use the electric skillet, but I keep it on like between warm and 200 degrees, which is not bad at all.
Is the secret that you leave a ham bone in there?
No.
Yes.
No, I use all. I actually, that's one of the few recipes that I will use butter with.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's only like about 2 teaspoons.
Hey,
I will tell you a restaurant secret. If you know, a lot of times you make beef stock and it doesn't come out quite that dark brown that you can always get.
All right.
At a restaurant. The way you do that is when you put the onions in, leave the skins on. Or not, that will make the stock darker.
Yeah.
Well, your stock.
But I mean, you're going to fish them out later anyway. But,
fish them out. Yeah, you got to fish the skin out.
no,
Okay, that makes sense.
you're just making stock. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about stock for French onion soup.
Right. Oh, what was I going to say?
Toppy?
I was going to say something about something, but I done forgot already.
Whoopsies.
Anyways, I wish I had a tumbler as big as yours, Gavin. Would you show that again? Show that again. What? Holy Jesus.
Ooh.
Oh,
This is
wow.
you have to keep getting up to get a new drink. This is like 3 drinks in one.
Forget Purvis. It's Wawa, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, Ed Gong,
Bubba.
naturally in the chat room. Have we have not really decided on a porn theme. We've got to let Ed Gong loose. What are we going to tell him to do?
Oh, I'm inspired by Jim's little pep talk there. We need to have hot cooks and chefs.
Oh,
Men,
that could be a challenge for Ed Gong.
yeah, but could we like simplify it or like men doing hot things?
All right.
That's that's really simple.
What's cooking good looking?
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
What did you post here, Gavin? YouTube.
That's the YouTube.
Oh,
Watch
oh,
us.
good Lord, that's us.
Am I imagining it, or do we have another amongst us?
Hi, ladies.
Howdy.
Ooh.
Bonjour.
How are you?
Jim was just talking about his love of butter.
Butter.
I still have the same butter I bought 2 years ago. minus 2 teaspoons.
It's Jay. Hi, Jay.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me?
yeah,
Yep.
why?
Yeah, but your audio is a little teeny low.
It's a little crackly.
Is that you?
Who's running a bong?
That does sound like a bong
like a
being
cat.
set.
I think it's something like a cat.
Oh, DJ, you're in luck.
I am.
I have my recipe on my Tumblr page already.
Ooh.
Not the dirty one.
All right. So porn,
There's
the
another
porn
one.
theme. The porn theme is your
Dirty French snail eating man.
yeah.
What's cooking? Good looking.
What's cooking?
Toasted
go.
corn.
Toasted corn.
German sausages.
Well, that'll probably.
Oh, that didn't work good. There you go. See, Sex in the Kitchen. There you go.
All right, let's see what Ed Gong has got. Oh, yeah, it's a fellatio in the kitchen. That's always a good thing. Hello.
Here you go. Let me see if
That's
this
one way to clean your oven.
Right?
DJ, I posted my French onion soup.
There you go.
Okay.
Is that a euphemism?
No, you missed our conversation about onion soup.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, copy the link. It's easier.
What makes onion soup onion soup?
The stuff.
Is it the bread and the parmesan?
Oh, well, you know what? Did I even put? Are there directions on there for how to make the cruet?
Well, I hope so.
Nope.
Let's
Oh, hi.
see.
Look at those two little butt boys in the kitchen. Aren't they cute?
You just buy a loaf of French bread, toast up a bunch of slice.
Oh, they're getting ready to toast their buns.
There
That's
you go.
how I like hamburger.
Oh.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's winking at me.
Well, there you go. What's Jim?
And
Now, Haunty, what did you do this Saturday? What did you do?
I went to Six Flags today.
Oh, why did I not know? Of course you did. What did you experience?
A lot of food.
Ooh.
Yeah.
hot dogs with cheese.
No. Sorry.
Any fried dough?
No.
No.
Now, Jay, is this you're on the last ends of your previous subscription or
Yes.
whatever?
2017's, yes.
Yeah. So this is not your next one, which you've already.
Correct.
Yes, you have.
But believe it or not, it actually goes up until off and on up until Christmas. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you got to get through Halloween there.
right. Fright Fest starts next week, and then it's
Ooh.
on occasional weekends until Christmas for like a holiday thing or other
Do
something.
they
else.
decorate for Christmas at Six Flags?
They have a lot of lights and stuff. I never made it last year, so I'm going to try to get this year to see what it all looks like.
No. Who cares about Christmas at Six Flags?
Oh,
Maybe they have
I
evil
wanna-
elves.
I want to ride a roller coaster in the snow.
I want to know about Halloween. Six Flags. There you go.
Well, we have a meal plan, so we made sure that we got all of our free stuff today. Our lunch, our dinner, and our snack.
There you go.
Did you take your cup?
Of course. I'm never without it.
Yeah, the guys at work have them too. They have kids. And it's just for the
refills of everything.
Yeah. There's two different colors. If you get the one mug, it's 99-cent refills all year long. And if you pay, I want to say it's like $5 or $6 more, and you get the other color cup, and that's free refills all year long. To me, there's no contest.
You know, that's how it is with me when I go out to the bars. Free refills. Anyways, never mind.
Well, all the pretty ladies get free refills.
Yeah.
That's
Just the
baby
slice.
doll. That's when Toppy puts on the baby doll outfit.
Ah,
I don't know why I could picture that in my head. It's
No, don't. Do not picture that in your head, Kevin.
Okay, can you send us a picture of it then?
In Sex in the City, he considers himself a Samantha.
I don't know that. I've never said shit.
No.
Although I think I know which one Samantha is.
that's a Kim Cattrall character.
Okay.
Blonde.
Like,
Cougar.
Do you want to know which two series came back on Netflix this week?
What?
Walking Dead and Ripper Street. Both came back for the next season. I am so excited. I started watching Walking Dead right away.
I started watching Ripper Street, but never really like followed through. I took that as like one of those things I would watch when I don't have anything else to watch. And I just got back to it. Did it turn out to be a good show?
Well, I think so. I think it was marvelous. Just very captivating. Very captivating.
It's on its what, third season?
Well, fifth, I guess.
Oh, fifth. Okay.
Wow, I didn't think it was out that long.
In like Victorian times, Toppy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways, it's the fifth season just came on Netflix, so I'm gonna watch it. But I'm busy watching Walking Dead right now.
Is that the newest, the last season?
Yeah.
And you're caught up till that point?
Up to that point, so I've just discovered, who that Fagin guy bashed. There's, I found out who that was.
Negan.
Anyways, anyways, we'll see how it goes. I've been a fan of this series all along, and this is a weird part of the show, but I'm sticking with it. Sticking with it.
Okay, I never caught Walking Dead, but you'll have to tell me if the gal Sonequa Martin Green is any good, because she's the star of the Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, she is good. She'll be missed from the show.
Yeah, DJ. I gotta say the same. She's real good in Walking Dead. So,
yeah, I've been watching Star Trek Enterprise over again. And it's hard to believe that it's been 12 years since there was a Star Trek series on television. New.
Really?
So I'm looking forward to that because it's just over 2 weeks away, and the new Star Trek Discovery premieres.
Yeah. DJ, I'm not gonna buy the whatever you can buy to listen to it first off. I'm gonna wait.
Me too.
Not that I don't have confidence in it. I'm sure it's gonna be great. It's just that I don't want to buy any other.
Well, it's just a racket because the rights to Star Trek Discovery are available on Netflix anywhere else in the world except for the US of A. Mm-hmm. And it's all because CBS owns the television rights to Star Trek that they decided, no, if you want to watch Star Trek in America, you're going to have to pay for CBS.
Well, I'll get it on the bootleg site, so fuck that.
No, they're bastards. I'm going to get it on BitTorrent. Oh, no, I'm not, because I don't know how to do that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'd like to see there be more Star Trek TV shows, so more power to all y'all, but I gotta go legal because I want there to be more.
Well, yeah, I'm going legal. I'm just waiting until it eventually shows up on our Netflix.
Oh yeah,
which will probably be a year behind or something,
possibly.
But it'll be interesting to see because it has one of these stars from the Lord of the Rings series, I believe, or Harry Potter. I can't remember. Jason Isaacs is
Harry Potter.
Yeah, he's a British actor, and he's playing a captain of a starship in this series.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Jason,
which one is
interesting. What, in Harry Potter?
Yeah.
He was
his father?
Malfoy's son. I mean, Malfoy's dad.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aww.
Well, I wish nothing more than the newest Star Trek to have success, because I want everybody today to discover it, and I want Star Trek to just go on forever. That would be great.
The most controversial thing about it right now is that it has a mature audience rating.
No.
So everybody is saying, my kids can't watch this, but at the same time, CBS has more money to spend on the show than Paramount did back in the day. Mm-hmm. So it looks like from the level of quality in the trailers that it's going to be like having a movie on every week.
Right.
You think so?
Oh, it looks fantastic from the trailers. It's action-packed.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the thing that's a spoof on.
Orville.
Yeah, that's. I'm kind of looking for that. Starts tonight or tomorrow night.
A spoof.
I can't decide about it because one of the trailers just didn't seem funny, but I kind of want to give it a chance anyway.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a shot. I mean, I don't know. This is the first time. What's his name? Seth MacFarlane? Oh,
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. It's the first time that Jim, that's the guy that does Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the first time he's doing like acting. You know?
No, this is like it's a spoof on Star Trek, right?
Mhm.
Right. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Spoofs, I don't know. If you're gonna do a series, you gotta do more than a bunch of skits. It's gotta be something more than that.
I don't see how they're gonna go the entire series like something like that. They usually do a movie, but how?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
I don't.
see.
I don't have high hopes for it being something that lasts long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, Gavin, do you want to know something?
The cricket.
Yes. Did you know I was going to say that? Yes, that Tim. I love that cricket. You got a cricket somewhere.
He's been hanging out outside the door like 5 feet long,
not even.
all day long.
He was waiting for his audition.
Yeah.
I love that you knew I was going to say the cricket.
And here I thought it was me. I've got my window open.
Yeah, that's.
I had to take my headphones off before to make sure it was because doing it. He's been quiet for like an hour, and now it's time to start making noise.
I love it.
You know what's funny? Because the other day he wasn't making any noise until we turned on the TV out there.
Right.
Everyone's a critic.
Even with the television or something.
He needs TV.
I felt so bad. The year that we moved into our house, there was a cricket in our basement in the laundry. And every once in a while, you'd go down there and you would listen and you would hope that the cricket was still alive because you don't know how he got in and you're not sure how he's going to get out. But it's just like it's getting colder weather. I don't know if I need to leave food out for him or something.
That stopped. I closed the door.
Door?
Yeah.
No.
Aw. Now he feels rejected.
Oh.
First broken.
Crickets are ugly.
Yeah, they're not really attractive insects. I have to agree with you on that.
What, crickets?
Yeah.
Oh.
We got the big ugly black ones.
Well, they look delicious to certain animals.
You know what are really nasty are mole crickets. Ugh.
Oh, I don't know if I know what those are.
They look like spiders, kind of. They have those giant back legs.
Oh, well, if they look like
Ew.
spiders, forget it.
Are they the ones that jump?
Yes.
They all jump.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe that's a cricket treat.
Yeah. No, don't you remember we kept calling them jumping spiders?
Yeah, that's probably it, if I had to guess.
That's
Wow.
because
That
they're
sounds
probably jumping spiders.
Oh.
Oh my God, they are hideous.
Yeah.
They look like a cockroach and a cricket and a baby.
Not pretty.
No.
We have a giant spider web on our porch, and it's like, or our patio, and it's sectioning off like me getting to the fountains because I have two fountains out there.
Mm.
But I don't want to take it down because it catches a lot of stuff. And I thought the spider had deserted it, but I saw it the other day, and what it's doing is it's connected at one end to a light to where we have our lighting fixture out on the patio. So it crawls up into the fixture and it waits there, and then I guess when something hits the web, then it follows the thread down into the web.
Oh.
It's a pretty good sized spider.
Have you ever put a bug in a spider's web just to watch the spider do it?
No.
I was able to put an ant one time. Spider, and oh my God, they are so fast. Crawling around their web and biting it and spinning it and doing all that.
No.
Hi, Mr. Mike. I did not see you there.
But Jim, did you have to name the ant after your least favorite person and before you put it in the web?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that involved.
Christina, here you go.
Christina.
Christina.
Just a random name.
Oh, okay.
Could have been Millie.
I was like, we like Christina.
It sounded better than Esther.
Esther would be a good name.
No.
No.
Oh.
So it's a Saturday night, and anybody been to the movies recently?
Last night,
Yeah.
What did you see?
it
Oh.
How was it?
it was fantastic.
Oh my God.
Better than the original?
I have a special place in my heart for the original because
Oh.
I think it was fun, and I was a kid when it came out. But it's a far better movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is
This
this
is a Stephen
a
King story,
remake
right?
of the original, or what's the story?
Yes, it's closer to the book than the original one was.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, than the miniseries was. But I believe it's rated R because there's a lot of cursing, there's a lot of gore. So I kind of think it helped that, from a standpoint of it being a really cool movie from that,
Okay.
It's got
Good.
It's got the main kid from Stranger Things is in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask a spoiler. So if anybody doesn't want to hear this, take your headphones off or don't listen for the next minute.
All right, fair enough.
Did they do a better job with the creature at the end, please?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh.
That's all I
You
want to
know
know.
what, Gavin?
Yeah.
That is my main complaint with the original It story.
Most people's was.
Yeah, that it ended up being, I don't know, that fucking giant spider, or whatever.
Yeah.
It really, it was a terrible end to that whole thing.
It was horrible. It was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was something about the movie I didn't realize when I went in to see it, but it's not really a spoiler, but I probably shouldn't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't. Let people see it.
Just
Okay.
gesture it.
Was the clown as creepy?
Oh, the clown was really good.
Who played the clown?
It's played by Skarsgård. What the hell's his first name? The guy that the guy that played Eric on True Blood. Alexander Skarsgård, I think his name is. He's a blonde, tall, kind of muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's his younger brother, and the younger brother was he was in Hemlock Grove, which I never watched, and he was just in that Charlize Theron movie, the one where she's the assassin, Atomic Blonde. He was just in that.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so I don't really know. I don't really know what else he's known for, but.
But Jay, you like the movie? You're going to give it a thumbs up.
Oh my God! By far, yes, a definite thumbs up.
Excellent. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool.
Both.
Did you go as far as feet thumbs? I don't know why I said that.
Next,
Don't
you're
know
going
what
to
that means.
his toes.
Bill, Gustav, Walter, Sam, Alexander Skarsgård.
Post a picture of him in the chat room so I can see what he looks like.
I'm wondering if he's the guy that was also in Fantastic Beasts.
Alexander was the one.
Alexander was the one in True Blood.
Oh,
No.
Okay, so I fucked up. It was not. Did I get a picture there? Yeah, I did. It was the cat. The mole cricket's a different cricket. It was the camel cricket. I just posted a picture.
Oh.
I know what that looks like.
Yes, that's the spidery one.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. The crickets, the crickets I see around here are very black.
Yeah.
They don't look like that exactly.
Yeah, the ones
No.
dark too.
These I usually see these are like basement crickets. I feel like you don't see them as much. To me, I don't feel like I see them as much outside. More like in people's houses.
And those are a lot bigger too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a pretty good size. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the insects that have these exoskeletons, I find that they whatever. They develop later in the summer. They come out later,
Mm.
and they go into early fall.
He played in another movie that another series that was based on vampires. What the fuck was it?
Hemlock Grove.
Hemlock Grove. That's it. I didn't hear you say that. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the first.
Yeah, he was like one of the main characters. Hemlock.
Yeah, and I don't think that's not all vampires, is it? Is there werewolves or something also in that show?
Werewolves and mediums and things like that.
Right.
What else did Hemlock scare away?
That was actually a really good series. I think it's still on.
I know it was on Netflix. I don't know whether they still make it or not.
Well, it was on Hulu, like just last
Oh,
season.
was it?
Yeah, the last season on Hulu.
No.
But I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was different. It was handled quite different from.
We saw an interesting trailer for a movie called Happy Death Day.
Oh, what the hell?
And it basically it's a horror movie version sort of Groundhog Day, where this girl wakes up in a dorm room that she's not supposed to be in with a guy or whatever, and her day keeps repeating over and over, except that she gets murdered each time by this guy in a mask, and she has to figure out, I guess, how to actually break the loop or whatever. But it looked really good. It looked pretty creepy, and the commercial made it seem like at first it was going to be a rom-com because of the way she was waking up in the bed and all that stuff. But then it definitely took a different turn real quickly.
Interesting.
At first, it sounded like something Simon Pegg would be in.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to think if there's any other interesting series start. Well, I know Gotham's starting again,
Yeah.
and supposedly now Bruce comes back as like Bruce Wayne becomes Batman in this season. So
Well, he started being a vigilante at the very end of the last season.
right.
Yeah.
But he starts with like an early costume and the whole-
Right. An unfinished kind
Yeah.
of thing.
We don't get out to the movies much, and call me simple, but I was excited about possibly seeing the latest Despicable Me movie.
Oh, is it out?
Yeah, we didn't get to see it. We played the bad sibling card. We went out for our anniversary the other weekend, and we stayed in the town my parents lived in when they were newlyweds, just so we could be closer to this family reunion we were going to in Pennsylvania. But lo and behold, I was like 15 minutes or so from my sister, and I just didn't want her to know I was in town.
Nice.
I've had those weekends.
Well, I just didn't want to eat at Cracker Barrel again.
Yeah. I went up to Allentown a couple years back. I forget what it was, and I went up for the weekend, but I just wanted to go up and party, and I was, I wanted to go to the clubs, and because whenever I go up there, everybody's like, "Oh, you can stay with us." I'm like, no, I'll just get a hotel, thanks.
Right.
And I just wanted to go to the, it was only for a Saturday night. I just went up, hang out for the night.
Oh,
It was fun.
And what's funny is that I traveled to go to this family reunion, and my one sibling, she bowed out of it. She came up with some lame excuse not to go. And then the following week, even though I traveled the 3 hours to go to this family reunion because it's my mom's only living sister, she comes up with an excuse for me to come visit her. So it's like, no, I'm not coming back down to see just you. I just drove 3 hours and was the only one of us there, and now you want me to come around and play your game? No.
Yeah.
I
I
dressed when family things.
I hate when my family gives me this guilt trip about, well, you never come up. It's like, you know what? Two of my siblings have been to my house once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You and I are together almost 24 years. Okay.
It is 24.
It's 24 years. It's like, so like, no. And you don't have the excuse that you have kids anymore. You don't have that excuse. Y'all, bullshit. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, and what gets me is I tell them I have a rule. I don't do anything with the family on Sunday because that's one of the rare days off that my husband can get working in retail. He doesn't get it maybe once a month, and they want me to give up my one day off with my husband in a week. No, I'm sorry. I'm not driving 2 hours to see you.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
come on. You know you're in church that whole day.
Right.
Monk.
Yeah.
That's funny you mentioned that because just the other day I'm sitting in a room and it's got a nice breeze out and I can hear the crickets and suddenly I'm brought back to when I was little and I was forced to go to church with mom. I don't know if
Ugh.
anyone else used to do this, but I used to fake that I had to go to the bathroom just to get out of the sermon, and I would go hang out in the bathroom because it was a little country church and I could see out in the field. Of course, my sister and brother, they would actually just leave the church and go play out in the creek.
They were older, right?
Yeah, everyone's at least 7 years older than me.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing about my family. I mean, I love them dearly. I'm not talking bad about them, but they tend to like plan things for Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you want me to come up, so I have to drive 2.5 hours to get there. Then I got to spend the day, hanging out with you guys, and then I got to drive 2.5 hours back, and then get up for work the next. No,
Yeah, no
stop
recovery.
shit on Sundays.
No. Mm-mm.
So,
Plan it for Friday night or Saturday.
Toppy, you got your swim trunks ready?
Well, I got them. I got them all picked out. They're orange, and yeah, I'm all set. We're gonna be going to a gay campground, folks, and I'm gonna meet up with DJ here and his hubby Billy, and Baron Frosty and the whole gang there next week at this very time. Well, no, yeah, before that I'll be at Jones Pond.
Is the water heated? Is the pool? Is it a pool or?
Well, there is a swimming pool. I don't know that it's heated, so we may be past the swimming period.
It's fucking cold out.
I'm freezing my balls off this weekend. I don't know what's going on.
Depends on how many are in the pool, I guess, but there's a little Halloween party there, so there are some costumes that will be going on.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring my deck of Cards Against Humanity.
That's what I'm looking forward to right there.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
We're going
Possibly.
to see if Baron brings his garden hose to tap into the keg.
Yeah. You never know.
It's going to be 61 overnight. That's not horrible, though.
No.
That's long range, so.
But we're going to have a little fun before we settle in. We're going to meet up with Toppy and go to lunch in this cute little town that used to be the county seat. And then we're going to go to a cemetery and we're going to get some practice in for the fright season.
Oh, I thought you were going to try to raise the dead.
Well, we could do that. Toppy, don't forget to bring your garlic this time.
All right, I got it.
Now, does Jones Pond have hot tubs? Because I know we used the hot tubs at the woods 2 weeks ago like crazy because it was perfect weather for it.
So last time I knew they did not, but it could very well be that they've got them now. I don't know.
I just know that we booked our campsite reservation, and at the time they were booking up, and now they told us they had a cancellation, so we're actually going to get a cabin.
No.
Good for you.
Nice.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, like most of the gay campgrounds, if you don't book it like the first morning at reservations open, you're not getting any kind of cabin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, supposedly Baron and Dr. P have gotten a regular space there, so I think it may be their weekend getaway from time to time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And,
We haven't gotten quite to that point. We're hoping to one day have a vacation spot.
Yeah, my hairdresser has a site at the woods permanent site.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't impose myself. I prefer to stay on the out in the field. 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on their
So
website. I don't see hot tubs.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, who knows? I don't know.
So let me ask the room the question: does any of you have like any sort of family getaway place that they've kept over the years, like a weekend home? I was just thinking the other day how unfortunate it is that we let my grandparents' cottage go to the wayside, because at the time, me and my siblings, we all had other priorities and we weren't ready to go in on anything like that. But nowadays, I think that would have been nice if we could have held on to it. Because I look at lake property and, Toppy, like something halfway to my sister's over along Cayuga or Seneca, and
Yeah.
you're looking at $250,000.
Kinda today, yeah. Yeah.
Just wish we could have held on to that.
That's why campgrounds are so popular.
I guess so.
Yeah, my grandparents used to love going camping, and they bought a cottage near a lake in their retirement years. And they would always have a little campfire going on out back after dinner for the grandkids.
Aw.
oh,
Roasting hot dogs or marshmallows.
Mm-hmm. My grandfather used to have a junk pile, and he would have these little pieces of screen that he kept for like the screen house that we would have meals out in.
Right.
And every once in a while, he would put a little piece of that screen into the fire. He'd say, "Look, this will turn green."
It's always fun to play around with. Right, Cap?
I'm reading Veritable Virgo. When we were younger, we go to local beaches with my aunt and uncles, but that's about yeah, we didn't. I mean, our family had like I don't know. We went to the beach once a year, and that was it. Like,
Yeah, we didn't have any other places. We were
Yeah,
I remember my grandfather. He had a group that owned a cabin up in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
But that he kind of let that go. Like he was involved in a club that kind of had this cabin, and I remember had one bedroom on the first floor, like off the kitchen. Then the whole second floor was just this big open room lined on either side with beds.
Mm-hmm.
So like everybody could just come and go. You know what I mean? So like whenever it was kind of like a timeshare kind of thing, I guess.
Oh, your bathhouse.
Let that go a long time. But it was neat because we go up there and they had a salt lick.
What? For the kids?
No, yeah. This is up in Poconos, and we would go out and we would sit on the front porch, and the deer would come up to the salt lick, so you would like see real deer every morning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you were a
shoot
kid,
and eat them.
We used to go to the Catskills when we were little.
Go to the what?
Catskill Mountains.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and my uncle had a cabin, and I'll never forget my mother. Like, it had a wood burning stove. It didn't, no gas. There was no gas or electric cooking, and it was a wood burning stove. And I remember my mother actually knew how to work one. And what the hell was it? I remember there was you'd come down these stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs there was a giant deer head hanging on the wall.
Ugh.
And we
What?
a deer head,
Oh, okay.
mounted deer.
Yeah.
And I remember like we would all get ping pong paddles and like hit this deer in the nose all the time.
Oh my god.
I mean, we were little.
Ha! I love it.
The cabin that we used to go to it was a hunting cabin. So, I mean, there was dead animals all over the place there. So, I mean, there was just stuffed animals everywhere. So,
Stuffed animals.
it was a neat place, though.
My husband's
Remember
grandparents.
smelling musty, though. Like I don't know.
That's the one thing, it's funny you say that. That's the one thing I remember about the cabins in upstate New York. They did always have that musty smell.
Yeah,
as a
but we
taxidermy.
were kids. We didn't give a shit.
I mean, it was just as bad camping. You know what I mean? The tents we used once or twice a year always smelled like that too.
Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember what the stove was like. What I would imagine is probably wood burning, unless they had
My husband's grandparents were part of a country club, and they had a few different couples that they were close friends with. And I was really jealous going through the family photo albums because they had all these great pictures of these trips that they would go on, either, fishing or hunting or something. But it was always with these other couples, and they would go out and they would have these big bonfires and things.
Oh, that's cool.
And booze.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to like picture it. It's so long ago. I just can't picture what. Like, you barely remember what the place looked like, except for the second floor because it was a needed thing. You go up there and it was just like this long room lined with beds on either side. And my dad would just say, "Pick a bed."
So, Toppy, did you get driven out to the middle of nowhere when you were a kid? Did you guys have fun?
Dropped off and
Well, no, that didn't exactly happen. No, close to it, maybe, but
you got lost in Kmart and paged your folks, right?
right.
Those are all but gone now. The one nearest us just announced that they're closing. So I told my husband that we should go in and take selfies so that we could, relive our youth shopping at Kmart.
Yeah, we have the one near us here is closing up too.
oh,
They did themselves in.
This is about the fourth time that one's closed.
No, it's
You know
never.
what I mean? Like this is about the fourth time that they said that they're going to close. This might be the first time they've had a big clearance banner across the front of it.
Yeah.
But we should actually go in and see, what are we going to do?
did you guys say Kmart or Walmart?
Kmart.
Oh God, Kmart went out of business ages ago.
Yeah, we have a Kmart, and then right across the street in the mall, there's a Sears. So pretty much the same thing.
Oh, Sears went out of business here.
Yeah,
Sears
is the next thing to go, I'm sure.
It's funny. I know that going into, brick and mortar stores isn't the best place to buy things like, sexy men's underwear. But
What?
if you're cheap like us and you go into all these stores, every freaking thing has legs. It's like the straight man is afraid to show that they've got a package. And the only place, I kid you not, the only place that we found any underwear that did not have legs was at our local Kmart.
Oh, like, talking about like regular brief or
yeah, anything that shows that, maybe you've got a waist or you want to see something besides just legs.
right.
Wow.
So for all you fashionable men out there who are cheap like us, hit up your Kmart while you still can.
You don't have anything we have to do tomorrow. Maybe we'll hit Kmart tomorrow.
Ed Gong says, did you hear about Toys R Us? What's happening to Toys R Us, Ed Gong?
No,
Uh-oh,
Can you get underwear there?
are they the next ones to go, or are they going to carry underwear?
Did you hear about the movie Constipation?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, what's the punchline, Jim?
That's because it hasn't come out yet.
Oh.
Oh, I've
Oh, you.
400 million in debt.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh. Yeah, well, they don't give a shit.
There's a supermarket where Veritable Virgo's old Kmart used to be.
I lived in an area that never had Walmart until like maybe 10 years ago. So growing up, I remember going to Kmart for school shopping.
Kmart
Well,
was a big deal then.
I worked at a Kmart when I graduated high school.
Mhm.
It was like back when Kmart first started coming around here. I don't know where they started, and I started there when they first opened. it was so different back then. And I was telling Jim today, I was like, we were required to wear ties. You know what I mean? And like everybody, when you go into like Target and like if a cashier doesn't have a customer, they stand at the end and try and like wave you in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kmart back then was like that. Now you go in, there's one cashier, a line out the yin yang, 5 people up at the
Courtesy desk.
desk doing nothing. Nobody out on the floor. You can't get any help. It's like they did themselves in. So,
We only went there for Little Caesars pizza.
oh, there's no restaurants at the ones here. I remember there was a
Pizza.
There was a snack bar at the one that I worked at. They had good food.
Kmart was where I learned that my uncle had what I considered then to be a gross, thing. He liked gravy on his French fries.
Oh,
We went to the snack bar there, and he had them.
He had what?
He had French fries at the snack bar at Kmart and had gravy on them. And
Oh, that's delicious.
I thought it was gross back then as a kid.
we found a place in Philadelphia that serves poutine.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It was good. I mean, like the gravy needed more work,
Yeah.
but overall it was good. I mean, talking about cheese. Oh my God, I want to find cheese. It's bad. It's not a healthy dish at all, but I need some more.
You want to have a meal that'll give you a stroke?
Yes, please.
Next time you go to a Chinese takeout place, Chinese takeout, they always seem to have like French fries if you want them, or chicken.
Yeah.
Whatever. Get the French fries and have them put the brown gravy that they put on egg foo young on the French. It's so fucking delicious.
I'm not a big gravy and fry guy.
Oh, it's so good. When I was growing up, that was a thing in where I lived. You go to
my brother used to eat it all the time.
you go to the diner and you order French fries.
Yep.
And they thought nothing of it because it was
The delis would do it too.
Sounds like it should be in Elvis's cookbook.
My mother always used to bake the French fries in the oven, and I don't know. I never really liked French fries until I got
up.
Were they crinkle cut?
Sometimes it depended on what was on sale. She always liked shoestrings,
Oh, you're talking about like the frozen ones.
the frozen ones. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're supposed to bake them, aren't you?
I don't know. I think people are supposed to. No. You're supposed to throw them in a deep fryer.
Oh. Well, it's almost it's 8:00, so we have to go to the after show. So, DJ Star Sage, where can we find you?
Well, Duchess Sue and I will be live on Parade 48 in 2 weeks on Saturday. And I also have my own solo show called Surely You Jest. You can find that at syjpodcast.wordpress.com.
Okay, and Jay, where can we find you?
Oh my gosh, me? You can find me as Honk Cub on Instagram and Twitter, and Life on the Shitlist podcast.
Okay, and Jim, where can we find you?
The #1 funky homo on Twitter and Tumblr.
And Toppy, unmute yourself so you can tell us where you can find you. Now,
And you can find
and
Toppy.
you can find all my applicable links pokinit1.blogspot.com, including a link to the after shows. And you can find all of Toppy's stuff at thesmellcast.com. Right? I guess he's
That's it. Thank you, Kevin. You got it.
okay.
Yep.
So we'll go to the
Tonight's
after show.
episode was sponsored by colonoscopy.
Exactly.
Oh, how did that go? Oh, you probably already talked about that.
No, I haven't, but it went fine. Thank you. It was.
Save it for Lotso.
Good authors who want you better words now.
And I forgot the birthdays.
Go. The after show.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Wait, no, I'm just gonna do them real quick. I'm throw them on the end here. Then we'll talk about your colonoscopy.
Well,
Do him. Do him, god damn it.
It's found every Saturday night from Gavin and Jim's.
Yeah, because I forgot the birthdays last week too. So,
Oops.
tag on it.
I don't remember the show last week.
I don't either.
Nobody was fucking 9 months ago.
There was almost nobody here. That's probably why you don't remember.
probably. Anyway, the only reason I want to make sure is because today is Larkin's birthday.
Oh,
Yep.
Happy birthday, Lord.
happy birthday, Larkin.
Happy birthday.
And
Larkin.
tomorrow is Nicole from Nowhere.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
And Monday is Ed Chan.
Oh.
Ed gone. Ed gone. Happy birthday.
Oh no, I'm sorry, that's next week.
Oh, Lord. Now we got all excited for nothing.
And no, the 14th.
why you do that to me?
The 14th is Jeremy's birthday. My dates.
Oh.
It's also Veritable Virgo's birthday. That's why I wanted to.
Aw.
Oh.
Ed Gong is on the 18th.
And we missed the Duchess's birthday. She was having a birthday when you guys were off.
Oh.
Oh, it was also who's all Roger?
Roger. That's
Tom's.
yeah.
Tom's birthday.
Tom the
Ramble.
Ramble Redhead.
Ramble Red. Okay. And the Boy Genius was last Wednesday.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Dan Pugh Hogan
Pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
was Thursday. So
Pow,
I
pow.
missed him last week. So anyway, okay. So we're running the after show now. I'll just tack that on the end.
Da, 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 da.
Dun, dun, dun.
Voila.
Dan is a handsome man.
Who?
Pew Hogan.
Oh yeah.
And pew.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
All that pew pew made him pee.
Pee pee.
Speaking of Kmart, a few pictures back, we had a snack bar going.
Excuse me.
You know what was the best though was the lunch counter at Woolworths.
Did you?
Oh.
When?
My grandmother used to take us there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Back when I was a little kidlet, I was definitely at the Woolworths counter.
Yeah.
They had like a, I don't know, what was it? It wasn't a cafeteria, but
No.
Did you drink out of a cone?
A paper cone.
Yeah, the paper cones in the little holders. No.
I don't
No.
think so. Not there. I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I remember the. Yes. Oh, all right. Yeah.
When I think of paper cones, I either think of old drinking fountains or those things that they used to put the ices in, like the
Yeah.
ball shape.
True. Jimmy, in my grandmother's bathroom, and we often were there. We were growing up there or visiting or whatever. She had a dispenser of the paper cones. And you would pull the paper cone out, and it was like this little, it was almost like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And you could fill it with water and have a little drinky poo.
Right.
No.
I remember. I remember those at the like we didn't eat at the Woolworth counter or in it, but I remember them, serving stuff in them, and you would get it in like a little metal holder. No. Those. My grandmother had the little Dixie cup holders, and all the Dixie cups had riddles on them.
Oh my God, I remember those.
Yeah.
Those were awesome.
Yeah. It was better to have the pointy cone things, though.
They were classier.
What, the pointy cones?
Mhm.
I think
Put
so.
it down. I mean, you had to drink everything in the cone.
Yes, you did.
You know what I mean? That's the
The downside.
downside of those cones. Yeah.
No.
It's function. I mean, it's yeah. It's function. What the hell am I thinking of? Fashion or not fashion?
Non-feasible? No, what's the word?
form over fashion. I don't know what the hell I was trying to say.
It fucking sucked, man.
Yeah,
That we say.
There you go.
fashion over function or something.
Mm,
It looked pretty, but it was sucky.
So
yeah.
this is a little more recent, not terribly, but talking about the lunch counters. Now, Toppy, do you remember a department store here in the New Yorks called Hills?
I do.
Okay, they got bought out by Ames just before they went under, but we used to go school shopping at Hills, and they were another store that had a snack bar, but theirs was like right in the front lobby when you came into their stores, and they would have like the icy machine and the soft pretzel. So when you came in with your folks, that was the one thing that pestered them for. I want a pretzel.
I remember that exactly, and it was right. Yeah, it was exactly right at the beginning of the stir.
Are we?
And they
I
had all
remember.
the
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, then they had all the coin operated rides there for the kids too, like the pony and stuff.
Where was that?
A department store called Hills.
Hills.
I remember there was a popcorn counter at the Monkey Wards.
Monkey Ward?
Yeah, Montgomery Wards. Didn't you used to call it that as a kid? Monkey
Oh,
Wards.
Montgomery Ward now. We didn't have them. We had two guys. Usually was two guys or Phil.
Two guys.
Two guys, and they had one of those, those amusement rides. You put a quarter in, and they had a Ferris wheel type thing, and it was just with one seat.
Yeah, it was a death trap waiting to happen.
They had a rocket and a helicopter.
Just how many
No.
kids got their limb amputated from that, huh?
That just makes me think of the chicken lady from Kids in the Hall riding it and getting off on it.
Yes.
Riding what the
Riding one of the little kid rides outside the supermarket or whatever. She's basically masturbating while she's on it.
Yeah, she'd explode into a cloud of
Yep.
feather.
Exactly.
is Kevin with us? I see him.
Hi, Ed Gong.
Goodbye, Ed Gong.
And thank you very well. Yes, form over function, what I was trying to think of.
No,
Now,
I'd gone.
Toppy-
Excellent shoe in the chat room.
So I don't know if Toppy, you and Jay have seen this, but on like Think Geek, they always have those little gadgets for your home, and sometimes they'll have them for your car. And there was one I saw recently that's supposed to go in your cup holder. It's like a USB car charger.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is wicked weird. It's supposed to be a Star Trek warp core, but it looks like a rechargeable bong.
Now
No
that's
idea.
intriguing.
It lights up, and the lights flash up and down, and it just looks like, I don't know, Miley Cyrus is hitting it or something in the car.
Did you say it's on ThinkGeek?
I think so, yeah. It's like a mini warp core USB cup thing.
Oh my god! You know what? I forgot all about Think Geek.
There's one in the Destiny Mall, Toppy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there it is.
That was
Star Trek Next
that was-
Generation Warp Core, $39.99.
I forgot all about them.
I like the R2D2 one where the head spins and stuff when you charge it.
Mhm.
I never bought it, but I thought it was cute.
Oh. Do they still have the plants? Every strange plant out there.
On what?
I got the stick figure family. It's a Star Trek one, but because I have a compact car, I can't use the adult figures.
I'm
So
back.
I'm going to be using the kids.
You missed me.
What was that again?
I missed you, Gavin.
You're using only the children?
Well, yeah, because of the size of my car, the adult size decals are too big for the window. So the kids look just the same. They're just smaller. So
Oh.
my stick figure family is going to be Kirk and Spock as the couple with 3 tribbles as the cats.
Oh. Mhm.
Gavin, are you watching this season's Rick and Morty?
Yes, I am.
You enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
Good.
The last one was really crazy.
I can't.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I thought the first couple were like sort of out of character, but like it felt like a totally different season, like a departure. But then I feel like the last few episodes have been much more like something you would have seen in like season 2. Jim, you were going to say something.
Dr. Stone wants to hear about a colonoscopy.
Oh no.
I'm only now just starting to warm up to Burger Bob or Bob's Burger. You know what I mean? I can't keep up with the cartoons. I mean, the Rick and Morty or whatever.
Yeah.
It's when I see it, I go right past it. Bob's Burgers, I will stop and watch it.
Yeah, they're totally different. I don't want to say they're different audiences because I love them both, but they're totally 2 different animated series, very different from each other.
At first, I couldn't stand anybody's voice on Bob's Burgers. They've grown on me, and I've stopped and I've listened and I've been watching them. But I was never a big cartoon watcher. The only 2 or 3 would be either The Simpsons, American Dad, and what's Peter Griffin?
Family Guy.
Those were the only 3 that I ever.
As an adult, you mean, not as a kid?
No.
You know, and now it's like the cartoon channel's on most of the night. I can't avoid Bob's Burgers or Rick and Morty. And that one, it's like I was watching it, and it's like that's so stupid. And I'm like, give it some time, Jim. You'll warm up to it or whatever.
Nobody's answering me in the chat room. Can you hear us out there, people?
Hey, chat room. Get with it.
I can hear you, Gavin.
It's colonoscopy.
Yeah, but you're not in the chat room, Jimmy.
Oh my, look at those buns.
I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm at the bottom.
Is anybody posting anything in the chat room?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything in the last few minutes.
Mr. Mike posted.
No.
Hi.
They could be posting
Here
porn
we
and
go.
not even notice we're gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here they go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
Doc-
I keep forgetting
Dare
this
you.
is LA. Okay.
So Toppy, tell us about them stirrups. Did they warm them up for you?
Well, DJ, I'm so glad you asked. Now, let me tell you. So I had a colonoscopy. That's where they examine the inside of your insides with a little camera, and they have to stuff it up your ass. Well,
Wow.
Anyway, can I just tell you, first of all, that I came through with flying colors. I have the colon of a, 19-year-old. And so I'm very healthy in the colon area. But I want to tell you that when I went to have the colonoscopy, I said, I do not want to be put asleep. I want to, no, just don't do that.
Did you tell them you're a professional? You don't need
Exactly, Gavin. That's what I said, sort of, kind of, but not really. But anyways, they allowed me to go through this process without any kind of sedation at all. And the result was that it was far more painful than it could have been, but it avoided what I most fear, which is anesthesia. I have a thing about putting out to sleep because I think, well, I'll probably never awake again. But they were very nice in that they said, we understand that, and we will, we don't have to do the sedation thing. And so they did not. And I went through the entire process completely awake, and I watched much of it on the television. As it happened, it was quite fascinating going through my colon. Yes, it was. And they found a couple of polyps, and they zapped them off, and everything was fine and hunky.
Did they let you press the button?
No, they did not. They did not give me the controls. Yes, Doc Stone, that's must not see TV. I suppose you're right. Yeah.
They don't give you a videotape of it afterwards?
Well, maybe if I'd asked, it might have cost extra.
maybe a screen capture and a commemorative plate or something.
Right.
An interpretive Bob Ross style painting.
Oh my God, DJ! I would love a Bob Ross style painting of my colon.
Did we
So
talk this up?
great.
Why did we talk about this on the show?
I'm afraid to go to one. Like, I'm due to have one. My doctor told me to get one. I was like,
I'm
I
overdue.
haven't gone yet, but I'm afraid like you're gonna go in there and it's like, I don't know, my whole world. You know, like they're gonna be like, wow, this is really banged up in here.
You get just offered to show the video from last weekend.
Yeah, right.
No, Jim. They'd be like, we could have brought a camera boom in here for this.
Yeah.
Messing around.
Yeah. They're like, this is really big in here.
Can you tense up a little, please?
For anyone listening, I must tell you that if you are all afeared of this test, you must not be. And I went through it without any kind of anesthesia, and okay, there are moments of pain, but if I can get through it, anybody can get through it. And if you want to get through it with anesthesia, which is the usual way, all I'm saying is this is a piece of cake. So anybody nervous about this goddamn thing, you shouldn't be. And it's a piece of cake, just a piece of cake, and go do it. If you need to do it, do it.
If I did it, you think they'll let me bring a bottle of poppers?
Probably.
I was like lying down on the thing. God.
Now, did it pass without incident though? I mean, like I would just be wondering if laying there, I would feel compelled to pass gas.
Okay, well, DJ, often through the entire experience, it felt like that was what it was building to. Because part of what they need to do to see what they need to see is they expel air into your colon to inflate it. And that's what gives you the cramps. Anyways, so yeah, that does happen, but it's mild. You know, it's not too terrible. It's doable.
When you were in post recovery, did they not let you leave until you farted?
No, they didn't seem to be the least concerned about that.
Oh, really?
No,
I had to do that. They were like, in order to get out, you gotta pass gas.
Oh, nope. They didn't mention that at all.
I would also be afraid afterwards of, you know, how long am I going to have the ghost farts and when's it going to be real?
Yeah. Well,
never trust a fart.
Yeah. I honestly, by the day of the test or of the procedure, I swear, I felt fine. I just felt fine. So I didn't have any excess. I don't know. Maybe I just fart more than I know. I don't know. I don't know. It was all fine.
A lot of sugar-free peppermints.
Yeah.
Man, they've been making me fart like you would not believe. Like, noisy. By the time I get home, like,
yeah,
that's what healthy people do.
Yeah,
you know, with our keto diet that we do, my husband is just so full of gas. He's constantly walking around the corner and be like, "Did you see that?" You know, trying to blame one of the cats or that there is some sort of creature in the house.
All right.
Oh, I do that. I do that in the store. I'll let one loose and then like quick run around the corner and leave Jim standing.
Well, that's a lot better because when we first got together, you would fart and then call me over, and I'd be like, "What?" And like,
jeez.
I'll give you a what do they call it? Something steamer. Let's shove your head under the blankets.
Let me introduce you to a relative.
Dead relative.
Oh. Now, Toppy, for what it's worth, you probably saved yourself a few bucks because as I understand it, when you have procedures like that done, the person that gets paid the most is the anesthesiologist.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Now, I have to say that for this procedure, what they don't exactly have an anesthesiologist. They have someone who gives you a sedation. They clarify it. It's not anesthesia. It's sedation to the point where if they need to put you to sleep, they can.
Can you snort it?
Can you snort it? Mal.
Jim brings his own packs of Smarties to doctor's appointments.
No, but it's super simple, folks. If you,
I just this picture in my head of Toppy laying on the thing.
Yeah.
With a big bucket of popcorn, watching. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
don't
listen,
go down that way.
you know,
Everybody tells me they have to go to hit the back, then straight up.
now, if they'd given me a bucket of popcorn, I would have just started eating. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's a
So
Dutch.
So was anyone there worth taking your clothes off for, Toppy?
Well, actually, my colonoscopy doc, well, he was kind of hot. An older gentleman, but I suppose he might have been younger than me. Anyways, he was very visually appealing. Mal. No. It doesn't hurt to have it. Well, anyways, you know what I mean.
My old kidney doctor is kind of good looking, but he left him. He's over in Philly now, so I had to go. I went in. I was like, "Well, just give me whoever." This fucking old little.
You had a doctor just for your kidneys?
Yeah.
Oh.
All three of them.
All three of them.
All three of them.
No.
You know, it's funny was that we tried to get my husband into my doctor for a while because he didn't like the one he had, and he had just had his appendix out the other year, and they just treated it like it was no big deal, didn't give him any attention or any follow-up. Anyways, he finally got into my doctor, so we have the same one. And no sooner did we both get the same doctor that we got a flyer in the mail showing that there's a new doctor at this other practice. And yeah, I think I want to change because he's hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want, like, has anybody ever gone for like a skin cancer screening?
Mhm.
Yes, I have.
They pretty much just look at everything. Okay. And
Mhm.
like, it would weird me out to have a good, I don't know if I could deal with having a good looking doctor doing that.
Oh, well.
I mean,
they check your asshole. They check everything.
what do you expect? Like a date at the end of it? It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know if he was hot. I'd be like, oh.
Kind of like getting a massage. It happens to everyone.
Well, the last doctor
That's what it is.
the skin doctor I have is like 85. Okay. Which is, no, he's fine. He's actually pretty
Old
cool.
men need love too.
But like he proceeded to have this entire conversation. Like I had to get all my clothes off. Then he wanted to have this conversation about my PA.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And like it was like apparently it was not a big deal to him, but he was telling me he went over to Africa and was working with the pygmies or whatever the fuck they are, the natives, and he was telling me all the things they did to and I was like, do I really want to hear this? Like, like an odd conversation.
No.
Maybe he's just jealous that he didn't get one before he was 85.
Yeah, well,
Should have seen Gavin with his dish lips.
I think he's gone now because he doesn't want me to. The new rule is, I don't know why, but my medical thing, if you go, they don't pay the doctor unless they find something wrong with me, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But whatever. So I check myself, and but now apparently he's gone, but his daughter took over the thing, so I would probably could just go to her.
Well, by matter of fact, Gavin's checking his kidneys right now.
Exactly. They're working just fine.
Until he falls over in the chair and,
Hey, once a week I get to drink, all right? I just don't have time to do it.
No.
I hear some people talk about like they come home from work and have a cocktail after work, and I'm like, really? You don't like do things around the house, or I don't know.
It used to be like that. We used to keep the cheap beer in the fridge, like it was like Pabst Blue Ribbon or something.
Yeah.
But that was when we were at our heaviest, and both my husband and I had warnings from our doctors we needed to lose weight.
Yeah. Well,
That was the drink every night sort of phase.
well, you have lost a lot of weight. So
Thank you. I'm basically done. I might have 5 pounds left, but the challenge now is going to be making sure that it stays off. And we do have holidays coming.
every pair of pants that does not fit properly, get rid of it. Get it out of the house. That way, whenever your pants get tight, it's time to go back on the diet.
Well, my damn mother-in-law came over today, and it's the first time we've seen her in a few months. And she brings a Tupperware container with cookies and muffins.
No.
Here, this is what they tell you at Weight Watchers. I mean, do you go to Weight Watchers?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I know you were on something, but what they tell you at Weight Watchers is just say thank you, blah blah blah, and the next day take it to work and put it on the counter for everybody to eat.
There you go.
Seriously.
I'm basically going to
All you
bring
have to deal with
my own
that night thing.
Yeah, I'm basically going to be bringing my own food whenever there's a family get together. And, they can have my healthier cookies if they want them. They're not going to have the 25 grams of sugar that they're used to per bite, but they'll still be flavorful.
Well, I admire what you've achieved, DJ. It's tremendous, really.
Thank you.
Now, have you been going to a gym too?
About 3 times a week just for the cardio. I mean, I've got loose skin now, so I need to do
Yeah, but
something.
it doesn't look that bad. I mean,
I'm
not-
wearing a compression shirt.
it's not like it's like water-filled bags hanging off.
No, when I lay in bed, I look on my hips and my thighs, and it looks like somebody's left produce out. It just sags and.
Oh. I'm sure you're harder on yourself than it actually is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I'm wearing clothes that actually fit me now, but unless I actually get into shape, that's all I can expect to see is that skin that hangs.
Oh, you know what? And as a person that had lost a lot of weight, Jim knows, I got down to like a size 36 for a while. I think I was for about a year. And the thing is, I always still picture, unless I walked past like a store, the windows in a store, and just caught myself out the corner of my eye and didn't realize who it was. That's the only time I thought I was thin, because I was like, who is that? Oh, it's me. Because you always picture yourself not attractive.
Well,
And that takes years to go away.
right. Well, the thing is that we have all these old family photos. My stepdad got remarried last year. Mom's been gone for, 5 years or so. He wants us to go through all these photos. Well, that's all fine and good. I know we want to keep those pictures in the family, but there are pictures of my mom when I was little that I don't want to have because both my parents had weight issues, and I know they weren't happy. So, okay, it's all fine and good. We want to keep these pictures, but I don't want half of them.
Well, you got sisters and brothers.
Scan them and crop out up to the neck or up to the shoulders.
Because, I mean, there's this one picture of mom and dad and I sitting on my grandparents' couch. It looked like we each had a Thanksgiving dinner per us.
Wow.
Oh, Dr.
That's my
Stone.
story.
Dr. Stone's into bondage this weekend.
Ooh.
Should we
I'm entertained.
Dr. Stone a new porn
Moniker. Oh, yeah. Masterstone.
Masterstone. That's a new
Masterstone.
moniker. I gotta pee again.
Oh.
That smoothie we had today.
You know what?
It's a smoothie.
I had those damn smoothies. They're really good, but they hold me off for the rest of the day. I mean, I just came back. I made pesto, so I'm eating potato chips and pesto. But I had planned on making broccoli soup and eating a lot of that. I made it, and now I don't feel like eating it.
Yeah, as soon as I ate the cookies and muffins that my mother-in-law brought,
Yeah.
it dragged me down. I don't know if it's the sugar or the wheat. Again, I don't have a wheat allergy, but I support my husband's allergies because it's easier to shop for one person.
Right.
And after I had those cookies and muffins, I wanted to take a nap. I was dragged down so much.
That's the carbohydrates breaking down.
Yeah,
I
that's why I'm
guess.
not allowed them after 3 o'clock because they'll just go right back where everything left.
There you go. I know if I get away from like my rice, all my good carbs that I love and enjoy, rice, potato chips, potato flour, breads, all that stuff. If I don't eat that for a while and then I eat it, it's like, oh my God, I need a nap.
Yeah. I can't believe how much sugar I used to eat. But we had a good snack the other weekend when we were in a hotel. We wanted cheese and crackers, but we didn't want all the fat and the salt that you normally would have with it.
Right.
So we found a bag of hummus crisps, and then we got the turkey pepperoni,
Right.
and then we got a container of the lighter Philadelphia cream cheese. And so we
Nufkatel.
Yeah, well, this actually was Philly, but it was the third fat or whatever it was.
Right.
But yeah, we've had Neufchâtel before, but it was really good because you just take the hummus crisp and you put it in the dip, the cream cheese, and then you put your turkey pepperoni on it, and it is cheese and crackers. It's just a fraction of the calories and a fraction of the fat.
Oh.
But it did take us the better part of an hour to find all those options, wandering the aisles, because we had to find something that was gluten-free for my husband, and we didn't want like 500 milligrams of sodium on the pepperoni.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, DJ, you've also been experimenting, like even with having pancakes in the morning. You've said we don't use wheat flour. We use, well, I don't know what the fuck flour you use. But anyways,
We been using different ones. Mostly we found the expensive alternative flours at like the TJ Maxx and the home goods stores where they have all the cookies and chips and stuff. They'll hide the healthy stuff in with it, and it's on clearance. It's not expired yet, but it's been in the stores for a few months.
Right.
And we got like banana flour and coconut flour. And they have much better nutritional value than regular, white wheat.
I did not know there was such a thing as banana flour.
well,
So-
a lot of the things JJ has been using, I've never heard of, but the idea is you can still have something you would normally think of as carb heavy, like pancakes, but if you use one of these flours, it's more protein heavy and better for you, but you still get a product a lot like pancakes, which is
Absolutely.
a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is
And-
a banana flour like on the sweet side, or
I'm not sure how they make it, but the weird thing is that outside of the US, it's a lot easier to get a lot of these alternative flours because these countries don't have the growing space, the acreage to plant wheat.
right?
It's just weird that we have all these restrictions in our country that you can't get wheat from other places. It's like, bringing in fruit from a foreign country.
Yeah,
It's probably made out of a plantain, which might be a little bit more starchier and not as much sugar.
Maybe.
You know,
You can get flour made out of coconut too and almond. Basically anything that's dry, they can grind it up.
yeah.
okay.
Now, how much baking do you add? Did you add your own baking soda to it to get it to rise like a pancake? Or bake?
My husband does the cooking, so I'm not sure. I know that a lot of it's frustrating because a lot of recipes involve like egg whites,
Oh,
and you have to beat them to a certain point to get the air into it. And if
No.
you're not concentrating on it, or you get distracted, or you leave the bowl on the counter for too long, they don't rise.
right. Oh, well.
So I stay out of the kitchen when he's cooking because if I want my breakfast to turn out right, I can't be in there. Things get thrown.
I haven't had a good, decent breakfast. That's usually something I have on vacation. But I usually prefer to eat last night's leftovers or something like that for breakfast. I don't know why. I like a hearty breakfast, like I would eat macaroni and meatballs for breakfast.
Ah,
Something I eat heavier in the morning than I do at night.
Yeah, I try to do that too.
I don't know why. I could eat
This
hoagie.
whole week, every night for dinner, all I had was a salad, and it was just like lettuce with some cheese. That was it.
mm,
You know, I was good. I was good this week.
The one
It's
thing,
better to get your carbs in earlier.
yeah,
Right.
the one thing I'm glad about the salads, I've been eating a lot too, is I've finally gotten. Well, it's been a couple years, I guess. I finally got away from the dressings and the salad dressings and all that, and now it's like I'll put a spoonful of was it fat-free yogurt with no,
Oh yeah.
like the no fruit flavored, the plain one.
Uh-huh.
I'll put garlic powder or an oregano in that or something, just to.
We use Greek yogurt quite a lot. Instead of like sour cream, we'll use Greek yogurt.
You can do. Oh, you know what? Do you like Russian dressing or Thousand Island?
I don't have it a lot, but I like it.
You can make that with the yogurt.
Uh-huh.
It's just like it's ketchup, a little bit of ketchup and relish, and I think
Hmm.
mustard. It comes real
Nice.
close to it. I love
We
it. I
put
can-
the low sugar ketchup in our kitchen
right. How is it?
because you just don't realize how much sugar is in a lot of your household products. And I actually prefer the low sugar ketchup because you get more tomato taste out of it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's easy. We keep Greek yogurt and the ketchup in the house.
That's how I feel about maple syrup. I think sugar-free maple syrup is fine tasting it. I don't taste that much of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued by something Veritable Virgo said in the.
free maple syrup.
He said my mother was telling me about a low carb pasta recipe made from mozzarella cheese and eggs.
Hmm.
I have never heard of such a thing, and it sounds interesting.
Wonderful though, doesn't it? Mozzarella is nothing but milk and rennet. So, Renee.
We use ricotta in a few things, and you can get a low-fat version of ricotta that's pretty tasty.
You can get a no-fat version of that in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's not very tasty though. It's
You know what? You and I, when it comes to cheese, you prefer fat, and I'm fine with the no fat. I'm not. I mean, I do eat my cheese, but I need my cheese this week.
I'm looking to see if I can find this.
My folks used to go to a certain butcher and they would stock the freezer for the winter because we had 4 kids in the family. But my dad also liked to get the butcher's cheese. They had local cheese there, and he had a favorite like sharp brick cheese. And everyone knew when Dad had his favorite sharp brick cheese to stay the hell away from the bathroom.
Believe it or not, it's on Pinterest.
What? His father's sharp brick cheese?
No, the egg noodle or the noodles made with
Mozzarella?
well,
God.
brick cheese.
Imagine that with brown gravy.
Oh, they make like little they make crackers out of them too.
Crackers. Oh my god.
Did you put a picture in the room for us, Gavin?
I'm looking. Hold on.
No.
Save image address.
I still want to know where I can find cheese curds. Not that I
Listen,
make poutine.
I have a
Probably will.
stupid grocery store. Jimmy,
What?
I go to a dumb grocery store. They got cheese curds. I refuse to believe wherever you go, they don't have cheese curds.
Maybe
Now,
I'm not looking in the right spot.
They don't,
Toppy,
they don't have it at our grocery store.
Well,
is it next to the pickled pig's feet, Toppy?
kinda, sorta. Listen, if I can get cheese curds, you can. That's all I'm saying.
Are they prepackaged or
Well,
you have to go to
I
the
don't.
girl?
Well, yeah, they're prepackaged. Yeah.
No, well, I have no idea where to look.
Well, they're there with the goddamn cheese. Where do you? I don't know.
Are they with the like high end cheese or with like the regular?
No, don't look for them with the high end cheese.
We looked at both places.
You know where I didn't look, Gavin? Was
Where?
over by the deli counter. I mean, you can get cheese at the deli counter.
You know
cheese-
what? We don't go to deli
cheese
counters. That's why.
food- cheese at the the dairy section. I got cheese all over that store.
We rarely, if ever, get anything over the deli counter. So
If you buy whole milk, you could probably make cheese curds at home.
You're right. No, but
Toppy?
Now,
the best we could probably do would be rennet. Would be mozzarella because that's just the rennet. But the thing is, you need the starter, the enzyme. Like if you want a cheddar or you want an American. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to make cheese. Still need the enzyme.
enzyme,
Toppy
schmenzyme.
will, Toppy will pull some of the lesbian cheese farmers and get back to you.
Yeah, there you go. I got some lesbian cheese farmers right. They got all kinds of secrets, all kinds of cheese starter systems that you can get. That'll start up your cheese. No.
Is it kind of like having a recipe for sourdough bread? You got a starter kit?
Yes, DJ, that's it exactly. It's sort of like friendship bread or whatever. Anyways, yeah.
oh, I
You'll-
remember, Jim, did you do that once? Somebody gave me at work, and I brought it home and nursed it. What, a month or something like that? I forget how long it is.
My mother did that. And
Oh dear.
but the thing was, it was like, and it was it was a nice bread. You know what I mean? But it was like, I think you could have mixed everything. Like you didn't have to wait a whole month to use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it really didn't. It wasn't like fermented into a booze or something.
Well, the thing is, you could spend like a couple of hours and make a bread that tastes much better. So
Yeah. Vivi in the chat room, yes, lesbian cheese barbers do make mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella. No.
yeah, you can chew
That's-
and you can chew and floss at the same time.
No.
Tastes like flannel.
Oh, now we're gonna be labeled as lesbian haters.
No. No.
Misogynists?
I love lesbians.
Fathead crackers.
Fathead crackers, yes.
Cheap with cheese.
Ooh, hello.
So hopefully this time when we get out your neck of the woods, Jay, we'll have a little more time for lunch than last year. I
You
already
guys are
have
coming
my
back for
yes, sir. I
fun.
already have the room reserved.
nice.
Excuse me.
No.
Is that
Yeah, hopefully if she appears again, we won't lose
Hag?
no. You know who I'm talking about. Your surprise visitor. Both of you.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Crownhaven.
Crownhaven, thank you. Oh my god, I had a manual here.
Yeah, I hope so. Also, we were within a hair's breadth of meeting Whitman Whitman
Yes.
Tinker.
Yep.
It did not happen, but perhaps this year.
Yes, we'll actually do an event invite this time.
Well,
Have to figure out, where we're going to have lunch, because we're actually Jay, Toppy, and I are actually going to be on the schedule. We're going to have a presentation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured why not? We'll share an hour together and we can hand out some business cards or something.
Oh, wait. Veritable Virgo. Asiago cheese. Is that the shit that's like really creamy tasting?
I don't
That's
know.
the one I was trying to remember, Jim.
Is that the one you were trying to think of?
I think that's what it was. It was so fucking good.
Oh yeah, Asiago is amazing.
Is it like really creamy tasting?
Yeah, I think so. I've had it more like mixed with other things, so it's kind of hard to.
I'm pretty sure that think
But
that's
like Asiago bagels. Oh, so yummy.
Well, I had this recipe that I had made. It was a Weight Watchers recipe, but it you topped a little bit of Asiago cheese or whatever this cheese was on top of it, and I can't find the fucking recipe anymore.
Oh,
It was so good. It was expensive, but it was really good.
So what's going on with the hurricane? Has it hit yet?
Yeah, that's Sunday.
Sunday?
Now it's looking like the west coast of Florida's in for the worst.
Okay. I see a guy doing hand. Oh.
I saw that Taffy, Pause My Co-Pilot, had pictures up of her boarding up her windows, and they're in St. Petersburg on the Gulf side.
Right.
yeah.
And they're right on the water too, though. So
They were boarding up with metal.
There's a guy doing American Sign Language right next to the governor of Florida. And you got to see this guy's looking on drugs.
Which one? The guy signing?
The guy saying, and you got the
Oh. Now, I'm assuming the governor of Florida is no longer a member of the Bush family, right?
No.
No.
Wait a minute.
I think it's Rick something or other.
Rick Scott.
Yeah.
Rick Scott.
I'm looking
asshole.
I'm looking at the Weather Channel thing,
Right.
and like the outer edges of the hurricane are hitting like Palm Beach and Miami.
I'm going to repost this on Twitter. I don't know how to get it onto the thing. Wow.
The thing?
No.
In the room.
The thingy.
Oh, you can't unless it's online somewhere.
Oh, goodness. I have got to go to bed, kids. I got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jim and I got some running around to do tomorrow, and I got stuff in the morning.
Oh, fine, then.
Well,
That's just great.
the clock is counting down, Toppy. At this time next week, we'll already be, maybe halfway sick of each other.
Ha! All right. We'll see.
Yeah, you'll have a good time.
I'm sure.
You're good.
I betcha.
Scott, DJ, you've gone camping before, camping now and then.
Not with the man of many faces, Mr. Toppy Smelly.
Oh.
Okay, but don't you agree that when you go to the campground, like the minute you pass through the gates or whatever it is, like suddenly like everything goes away, like all your aggravations, all your work issues, you just forget about them. It's like the weirdest thing.
Do you think of me?
Maybe it's
Yeah,
just
as soon as I realize I'm not in the same county as my family is usually when that happens.
There you go.
I'm like that when I go camping. It's like the minute I drive through those gates, like the weight of the world. Not that I have a lot of stress to begin with, but like any stress I did have just like goes away. I just forget about it.
That's the way it should be, Gavin.
Here you go. Let me see. Copy. If it comes
It's like the fresh air, the sunshine. It's just so much goodness.
Well, tell the chickens I said hi, Toppy, when you tuck them in.
All right. Sounds good. You all have a good week, everybody.
You too.
You too.
Right.
Okay.
Night,
I'm
night.
going to get going, you folks. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, we're all gonna say goodnight. So,
Okay, good night,
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
Nice seeing you again, DJ.
did you want
Bye.
to?
What'd you say, Gab?
Jay, did you want to say something?
No, I was just saying, no, we can't end now, but I'm not. I'm ready to.
Jay, we'll give you another 3 minutes.
Aw.
Oh,
We did almost make it to 9. That's not bad.
Yeah.
oh, look! Somebody came to say hello.
Huh?
Somebody came to say hello
Who?
in the corner there. Jay's cat.
Oh, he's been up here. I don't know if he's been able to show on the camera or not, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
He hears you talk. That's the thing about cats. Like they hear you talking and they think you're talking to them because there's nobody else in the room. So
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
and usually I kick them all out when I do Lotso. I close the door and leave them all out of there.
well,
So
because you hate them.
yes, I hate them.
All right. Good night.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.